welcome everyone to the Wheels Museum. You're in the front room of the Wheels Museum, so when you come to visit us, we'll welcome you and we'll say, hey, please sign in, so we'll know that you're here. We've had over 200,000 visitors, and we'd like to make it 300,000 or 500,000, so please join us. I want to show you our very interesting, lovely front room, and it has many important pictures in it. It has books on the table as you come in. If you look up, you will see our adorable G-scale railroad, which we built recently, in the ceiling. And we don't have it on right now because it'll make a lot of noise while I'm talking. But ordinarily, we can run the train with all the beautiful scenery, and the children and everyone love to come in, and the first thing they see is a train up high. On the left here, we have a wonderful picture that shows our rail yards. And many people come in and they want to know the history, they want to know which building is which, they want to see where the turntable is, where the roundhouse was torn down, where Wheels is, the machine shop, the boiler shop, and all the other buildings. And so the first thing, if you want to learn that, you can learn that immediately. On this same display, we show many thank you notes that we've received from students and many of the awards that Wheels Museum has won. We have been thankful to receive over 30 awards so far. And we have a few of them out here. We have the State Historic Preservation Award. We have articles from the newspapers. We have the Wheels Museum. This is another heritage award that we won. We've been in the newspaper dozens of times. We have the Award of Merit, which we received. So when you come in, if you're interested to see those, of course, you're welcome to see them. In this display, we also have some of our cast iron toys, which just initiates people into the $40,000 worth of cast iron toys that we have here in the museum that were donated to us. We have a map which we put up recently that people can put a pin in to show where they're from. And 2 days ago, we had people from Iceland and Australia in. It doesn't show that because that's only America, and we didn't have a map big enough to show the entire world, but we have had people in from all over the world who love the Wheels Museum. So if you're from another state, you can put a pin in and show that you came to see us here, and we're very happy to have you, of course. Also, the room accommodates about 50 people. Today we have a speech about trains and a presentation. We have 2 screens in this room where we can show a slideshow or pictures if you'd like to do an event or come and watch an event, and I often will be accompanied by wonderful pictures that the speaker is giving us. This is one of my favorite pieces here in the room. This is a photograph from 1915 on 2nd Street. And this was given to us by a man who said his wife didn't want it. It was in their house for a long time, and they didn't want it. So we reframed it, and we have this picture so we're able to see what automobiles were like at that time and how people dressed and what the beautiful building of Albuquerque were in 1915. The picture here is 1920. The color picture here is 1920. That's when my family came to Albuquerque. And that also shows the beautiful buildings and the automobiles and how active our downtown was over 100 years ago. We have a wonderful G-scale train right below it. And right below that, we have a wooden train layout which children love to mess around with and run and break if they can and fool around if they can, and have a great time. They come in here in droves and play with that. And we've been very lucky to have most of the items that we have at Wheels donated to us. And these were donated and people buy them. And I don't want to skip, while we're in this section of the room, our gift shop. So let's take a look at our fun gift shop. We are redoing our gift shop right now, so it's not completely redone, but we just got new showcases, and you can see all of our t-shirts here. And if you'd like to order a t-shirt, they're $15, and give us a call and we'll see that you get a t-shirt. We're at 505-243-6269 is our phone number. We're located at 1100 2nd Southwest. We have t-shirts in all sizes, many wonderful designs, and give us a call if you'd like to get some t-shirts, and they're really beautiful t-shirts. And here's one of my favorite ones I'll show you. This black one I think is really handsome, and so I'm sure you know somebody who would like to have a railroad t-shirt like this. So please come over. Our children, we have all the wonderful children's t-shirts here. So adorable for little kids. And then And many kids buy these, the parents buy them, and then the kids come every week and they show us that they're wearing the t-shirt from the Wheels Museum. So we hope you'll like that. The other day somebody came in and told me that they were in London on a trip, on a cruise, and there was a man wearing a Wheels Museum t-shirt. So we're trying to spread the word all over the world about what we're doing here. And we have all kinds of gift items. And we sell our book Overhaul in here. This book was written by a couple, Richard and Shirley Flint. I met them at the rail yard market a few years ago, and I asked them what they did, and they said, we write history books. I asked them to write a history book about our rail yard, and they did. And it's magnificent. We call it the Bible of the Rail Yards, and it was published by University Press, and we've sold many, many of these. It sells for $20. So if you're interested in this book or any of the books that we sell here, just give me a call, and if you can't come in, we'll see to it that you're able to get what you like. But this is, they've given several presentations here, and it's really the gripping story of the development of this rail yard. It's called Overhaul. We have Ron Perea's books here. We have a book called The Last Professional. I love this book. This was written by a hobo, and the hobo later became a very successful businessman. And I had a call from New York one time and from an agent, and they said, he's coming, his name is Ed Davis, he's coming to a tour around America. Would you like him to come? So yeah, so we had a big party, we had hot dogs and fun, and he came and he told us about what it was like to be a hobo. And now he's in the ceiling tile business, becoming very wealthy, and gave us a lot of ceiling tiles. So it was very nice. We had a wonderful event with him. But all these books tell stories about, here we have Appetite for America by Stephen Fried. We have cookbooks of the Harvey House, which are wonderful cookbooks if you like the old recipes of the old times and you remember Fred Harvey's Alvarado Hotel. So a lot of fun things in here. We sell toys and many, many interesting things. In here we also sell things that people give us. So if you have jewelry or Indian jewelry or Kachina dolls or China or anything you think we might be able to sell, we like to sell antiques as well. So we don't just have commercial things in here. We have donated items that tourists like to buy. So we're always looking for that. So please think of us. This is an important exhibit because it shows all the gauges of the model trains that we have. So it starts out with the Z, the little teeny tiny one, and then N scale, S, H, O, O, G. So you get an idea. If you don't know about the different scales of the trains that we have in the back, you can learn about that right here before you go in. Many people ask us, why do we have a Christmas tree up all year? Well, it's not just a Christmas tree, it's a tree. And so we're able to put various exhibits on it and designs on it, and it's a lot of fun. And it kind of shows New Mexico pine tree, and it's the only thing we have in here that's, quote, like a live tree. Well, we thought that would be a kind of a fun thing to do. The entire room is full of very important photographs of history, of our building. There's more cast iron toys. This is our business office here in the front. My office is right here. If anybody wants to see me, that's my office. You're always welcome to come in and see me in my office. I'm here Monday through Thursday, 8 to 12, Saturdays 8 to 2, and Sundays at the market now, starting tomorrow. We're in one of our most popular rooms right now, the Alvarado room. If you're from Albuquerque or know about the history of Fred Harvey, I think you'll love this. Fred Harvey was an Englishman who came to America to, quote, civilize the West. And he built many beautiful hotels, but one of the most famous hotels in America that he built was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, the Alvarado Hotel. We have a sign that calls it the jewel of the railroad era. It was an enormous hotel around First and Central. This depicts a part of the hotel. This depiction was built by hand by a man named Dan Keith and his wife. And it was a huge undertaking to build this model. This has been extolled in many movies, in many books, the Harvey Girls. Theodore Roosevelt came here, Rin Tin Tin came here, Marilyn Monroe. Many, many movie stars were here, and important people came to the center of the Southwest beauty. When Fred Harvey came to America, railroad travel was pretty grim, especially if you wanted to eat. Sometimes they would give you the food that the last guy didn't eat. It was dirty, it was sad, it was impossible. And Fred Harvey came and built these beautiful hotels, and he brought, as you see over there, these nice ladies, 100,000 young women from the East to come out to the West to serve people in these hotels. The china that we have here is the actual china that was used in the Harvey houses. Beautiful, beautiful white china with beautiful designs on it. There are several different styles. And people were able to sit down with white tablecloths and white linen napkins, and young ladies with white uniforms on, and have beautiful, beautiful meals. And when you come in here, you will see we have many, many menus. So of course the prices in those days were inexpensive. You could get a meal for 50 cents, and it would be a very fancy 3-course meal. And it's a lot of fun to see the different menus that we have and the different pictures. We have many pictures here of the various hotels and the history of the Alvarado. We also have posters that show the Pullman porters and conductors and other people who were involved in the building of the railroad. We have a little table there where you could sit. The dishes here, I love. These plates are called safety plates. If a man worked for the railroad for 1 year and he didn't have any accidents, he'd be given a gift to take home to his family of a safety plate. And these very, very beautiful porcelain dishes with trains and other scenery, some of them have Native American designs, were given to us by men who actually earned them, but maybe they didn't have a family to carry on the tradition. And so they appreciated what we're doing here, and they gave us the safety plates. And of course, nothing like this is done anymore, something like making a beautiful porcelain dish to give to an employee to thank him and his family. That's not done. But this is a historic remnant of the sophistication of the railroad and of the people who were running the railroad to make these beautiful, beautiful plates. And we do have some that we sell in the gift shop, and they sell for $30. So if you're interested in having a beautiful remembrance of the hard work that men did on the railroad to build our country, you might consider buying a plate and serving something to your family and your friends on that plate and telling them the story about the meaning. It's not just a plate. It's a historical artifact. It's very important. Here's a sign, the Fred Harvey Shops and Restaurant. So that sign was downtown, and it's very rare that we were able to get something like that, but we're thrilled to have it. Up here and is how they did the orders for the food. So if you wanted to order food, they stuck it up there, and then the ladies would make the food, and you would be served a beautiful, beautiful meal. So in the early 70s, the hotel was torn down. It had many construction issues, it had philosophical issues, it had economic issues, and sadly it was torn down. There was an attempt to save it, but that attempt failed, and so this magnificent hotel, as the Franciscan Hotel as well downtown, were both torn down. I was there the day the Franciscan was torn down, but this was torn down a little bit earlier than I was in the picture to try to save buildings like I saved this rail yard. So this is a commemoration of 100 years ago and the elegance that we had in Albuquerque even at that time. So I hope you'll come and see it. This is a fun item that we got not terribly long ago. One of our friends called me and said, I have a barber chair from the Alvarado Hotel. Would you like to have the barber chair? So we have the barber chair from the Alvarado, and we have a picture above it of the lady who runs this room, Patty Santillo, and her father was a barber, and she gave us that picture of being a barber with the barber chair. So people love to sit in it. This is an ashtray from the Alvarado Hotel, and that's quite a rare thing to have as well. We're trying all the time to save things. People come in and I ask them, when they tell me their grandfather worked here, do you have any pictures or anything? Most people do not. In those days it was very, very hard to take pictures. People didn't think of it, they couldn't afford it. And so many of the memories are lost. So the things that we have are very, very special and rare. There's a picture right behind us here of the depot. And this was taken, that large photograph was taken by Martin Matlack, and he was here the other day giving a presentation. He takes pictures of the railroad, and that shows how people dressed so beautifully when they were going to go on the train. And that's about 50 years ago at least, and that's how people were dressed up classy. They weren't wearing torn blue jeans or anything like that. So here's an example of one of the wonderful menus that we have. And if you wanted lentil soup with a cheese sandwich, 50 cents. If you wanted to get a hamburger on a bun, with pickles and potatoes, 50 cents. Sirloin steak, now that's pretty high, $3.60. Tea, for a pot of tea, 15 cents. Coffee, 20 cents. 1 cup, a dime. So I wish I could offer those prices to you now, but we are planning on doing an Alvarado party soon where we are going to have a tea party, an Alvarado tea party, and show the Harvey Girl movie, and I hope to be able to give you the date for that soon, because that'll be a lot of fun to do that. We can wear old costumes from what they had in those days and watch the movie and have a tea party. So we'll want you to be with us for that. Thanks. I want to thank you so much for coming on our mini tour. There's so many things to see at Wheels Museum, and I don't want to spoil all the secrets. I want you to come down and see, but I hope this gave you a good flavor of the kinds of things that we're doing in here and trying to do for our community. Also, I'd like to tell you about some of the upcoming events, because we have some very interesting and important things coming up. On June 7th, I'm so excited, a man came into Wheels Museum, and I kind of recognized him. And it turns out he's a character actor, and he's been on the Jay Leno show over 50 times. He's been in many movies. His name is Mike Kimmel, and he lives in Albuquerque now. And on the 7th of June at 10 in the morning, he's going to teach acting to children. So if you have any young children that you think would like to learn the beginning of how to be an actor, please come. It's at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's an introduction to acting, and we hope that he will continue these acting classes based on the demand, which we hope there will be. He's a very kind man. He's a comedian, and I think it's going to be wonderful. And he has written books with monologues for young people, and they're very kind and inspirational and wholesome, and I think it's going to be a fabulous opportunity. I have 4 children, and some of them have done acting and performance, and I think it's wonderful for young children to get out in the public and show off what they can do. So I hope that you feel the same way, and you'll come and join us for that. On the 14th, we have a man named Will Ito. He is a very prominent photographer, and he was an ambassador for the United States of America. He's a very prominent man and a very wonderful speaker, and he's going to come and talk about New Mexico stories, and that is going to be at 10 in the morning on the 14th. So that we hope that you will come and meet this very interesting man. And then on the 21st, we're really excited. We showed you the Alvarado Hotel. Well, on the 21st, Chuck Larrabee and Joe McKinney are coming to talk at 11 o'clock in the morning about the Alvarado Hotel. And they're both very capable and very experienced speakers, and I think that's going to be a wonderful presentation. So if you want to hear about the Alvarado Hotel, come and get the inside scoop. And you'll hear that at 11 o'clock on the 21st of June. And then on the 28th, we have a woman named Suzanne Stouffer, and she's coming to talk about the fried chicken Castaneda. So it'll be about the Castaneda Hotel, and that will be very fun and interesting. We're trying to bring history to everybody, and there's no charge for these programs. We hope for donations for Wheels. We have no source of income. We're trying to keep this going. And then we go into July, and we have a woman named Sage Vogel coming at 10, Dichos and Nichos. So that's going to be interesting stories about New Mexico as well. And I'm from here, and I love to hear other people's stories about their lives and their families and how we developed New Mexico. And I think that's historically so important and culturally so important. So I hope you'll come to hear her. That's on July 5th at 10 o'clock in the morning. John Taylor, who's one of our favorite speakers, is coming on the 12th of July, and he's going to talk about the Catholic churches of New Mexico. So that's a very important topic. How did the Catholic people create so many churches and so many groups? I think many people would enjoy hearing about that. And on that same day, we have L.E. Austin. She's been here before, and she's written a thriller called The Holy Doves, and she's coming to do an encore about that at 12 o'clock that day. So the last time she was here, it was a full house, and many people were very interested. It has a religious aspect to it, and while we're not religious or political here at Wheels Museum, we have many people coming to talk about various subjects, which of course is fine. So she's going to talk about this thriller, The Holy Doves, 12 o'clock on the 12th. Yeah, 12 o'clock on the 12th of July. Then we have Brad Clement is coming back. He was here once before, sold out crowd. It's a musical performance called Three on a Match, and it's super, super fun. And that's at noon, and that will be $10. And Richard Flint is also coming that day at 10. Richard and Shirley Flint wrote the book Overhaul, and that's the book I just showed you. The history of this rail yard, and we call it the Bible of the rail yard. So if you have not heard them speak and you're interested in the subject here, this is really the speaker to hear about this site. And on the 26th of July at 11 o'clock, we have Suzanne Stouffer, and she's going to talk about the Santa Fe reading rooms. Now, the Santa Fe reading rooms were libraries that were made by the Santa Fe Railroad to keep those Santa Fe workers from drinking and carousing at night. They wanted them to have a library. So she's going to talk about that. So that should be a lot of fun and very interesting. And we do have a Santa Fe reading room here with a library, and we give out books, we sell books, we let people read the books. So we're here to be helpful to the community about this history. So all we want is for you to be here with us. Well, thank you very much.